Now we're live. Sometimes I try to just start talking right away for everyone who's rewatching this, but then you got to hear it multiple times because I got to repeat it for when the people actually get here. So we'll have a morning coffee and cigar. The cigar shop guy that I was telling you guys about yesterday told me that he recommended this one, and I don't like the way it looks so far. Oh, I'm not liking that. But I did treat myself yesterday to some cigars. There you are, Mark. What's up, brother? I saw you missed last night. But I did this to treat myself. Oh, thank you. Well, maybe you guys are the ones who manifested me on yesterday. I was sitting around. Um, I had plans to hang out. I talked about this yesterday. I had plans to hang out with SP for our 2 years, or semi 2 years, because there was all the ups and downs. However, she had a doctor's appointment with a minor surgery and stuff like that. Just didn't feel like going out. We talked a little bit earlier in the day. Then I mentioned I was going to go live on my other socials, and I haven't heard from her since. And I actually wound up not going because I was drinking playing GameCube games on emulator last night. That's awesome, though. I'm glad you did something. What's up, Neville? How you doing, brother? Oh, the voice wasn't audible? Yeah, that's because someone fucking decided to call me some telemarketer. Anyway, uh, what's up, Neville? What's up, oh, and then they're playing GameCube games. That sounds pretty awesome. And hello, gorgeous manifesting queen. I treated myself last night. I went out for some new cigars at a place. The guy wanted to know about. I told him about this channel, and he was interested. And he goes, "I've always wanted to get into spiritual stuff, but I've been nervous because I don't know how to start." I gave him some advice, and we talked about manifesting. Told him about my comedy channel, which I was supposed to go live on last night, but that was just me being lazy, so I didn't. And now my hair's all crazy, so I've got to wear the hat. That's awesome. I'm glad you're seeing it and enjoying it. Thank you, brother. Glad you could stop in. Yeah, I'm playing around with some different times. Like I said, since I wasn't able to see SP this weekend, gives me more time to work on important things like this and my other channels. But unfortunately, everyone who I work with the comedy stuff on is all sick right now. I was feeling sick earlier. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that more and more success stories coming in all the time. Kids and I thought about you yesterday because at Augustine had a rolled up cigar at the first, and we couldn't find at the first. Wait, hold on. Because at Augustine has hand rolled cigars, and we couldn't find the shop. That's awesome. I've never had a well. They're all hand rolled, but I think they're hand rolled. I don't know if they actually make them in factories. I can't imagine them. Well, factories could do anything. Actually, I was watching your video right now. Oh, nice. My other live or regular video? There we go. So he was right. The matches do work. Oh, it does have a coffee flavor. Tastes pretty good with coffee. So what are you guys up to this weekend? Besides GameCube, St. Augustine, hand-rolled cigars, getting major movement. The Pyro King. Oh, let me open the window. We did go live for a while last night, too. I'm just disappointed I didn't get to do the live on the comedy channel. It's harder to do the comedy one because you got to be level 10. I was drinking, so it'd be a little bit easier to do comedy, but my comedy partner was supposed to come here, and then I didn't want to like walk away from the stream and head down. Just managed to get my honors handed in. That's awesome. I'm making a companion video to the document now. That's awesome. Well, one of these days when you start designing, 3D props and armor and stuff like that, I'm gonna have to get my Mando armor from you so I could do those TikTok TikTok Mando videos. That's awesome, brother. I love to hear that your bridge is unfolding. Your bridge is unfolding and the events are cool and hers is rickety, but it's still gonna work out in the end. I love it. I'm not talking about SP except to say that I'm not talking about it. All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'm gonna stay off that too. I want to talk about other things more important. That's why I'm trying to like slowly get back to myself. What I've realized is through this SP journey, it's like I started teaching my brother about manifesting yesterday or the day before. Um, when he started talking about money, he goes, "Well, I understand you're the love guy." I'm like, "Oh, not really." I'm like, "My relationship still has stuff." I told everyone last night. It's like I'm going to show you my worst, best, and everything in between, and I think that's why people like the channel. So, um, I was telling him I don't really want to like. I mean, I'll do the SP stuff. I'll talk about it, but for me and my SP, I'm kind of like I have my direct goal on what I want with it. I'm going to focus on it, and then I also have the exception of all the different fates that could happen and unfold. Because if there's an infinite amount of realities, Inked knows because I sent you my online crush, and if she showed up, I think I would leave my SP. Even though we have all these memories and great things, and she led to this channel, there's so much negative. It's almost like someone was talking about leaving. I think it was their job. They were saying that they were unsure about staying with the job. Well, it was about with a person, and I said it with the job, because that one story from Neville where the guy goes, he turned it around within 24 hours, where they're like, "Sorry, we yelled at you and fired you. Will you come back?" He came back and he quit. He goes, because they couldn't have said the unlovely things without them being somewhat true. So even though the guy manifested his way out of it, he decided to walk away from it. So in my case, with the unlovely stuff, I would go to that online crush that I sent you, Inked. I've seen changes in my world, actually. Everything is happier now since I started to affirm and believe. Yeah, exactly. That's what happens. You start to get, like, all areas of your life build up, not just one or two, or not just the one that you're focused on, like everything else does. I'd love to, too. Would be a ton of work. We'll need to get your measurements. Oh, yeah. That's why I figured it would probably be, I figured it's probably a lot of work, because that 3D printing looks like it could be a bitch. I looked into buying one at one point. Is it? It's necessary to fall asleep when I'm imagining, because it's really hard for me to fall asleep. No, actually, it's better to be almost sleeping and not go to sleep. That's actually a really good cigar. Things are much more civil on here than when you go on the comedy one, though. That's why it's almost like try to do one thing every day that makes you uncomfortable. So that will be my goal, is to go on there. I did share my link on the page if you guys go to the community tab. I had it written down and I held it up the whole live yesterday like this. But if you guys want to follow me on my other socials, I did make a community post about it. Oh yeah, then go to the community tab here, yeah, and then follow the link tree. It's like I think I put my Instagram, which is under every video. I put my TikTok, my other YouTube channel. I think I have my Snapchat on there. Did the link didn't work, or you tried to search me from what I put? Maybe I typed in the name wrong because I type them real fast. Not for Mystic, no. I've got my comedy channel stuff. You already follow that one and my Instagram. They were looking for you last night, Inked. No, it doesn't matter. That's actually better. Because it's also daydreaming too, as long as being relaxed and keeping your mind in a mental state where you're just relaxed and feeling it, almost watching it through the first person like a movie, or like you're just experiencing it. We love you too, Inked. Inked, we actually had Yup Yup make it in too to the live last night. I should try my new I spilled my coffee. My new glasses, but I feel like I'll look like a hipster. That way I can lean back and see. Saludos from Mexico. Hola. I've been trying to learn my Espanol. I've been talking with at my work. There's dude, most of the cleaning staff speaks Spanish, so I've been speaking Spanish with them. I'm not the best speaker, but I can understand it. Let's see. They're coming off if I look like a hipster. Yeah. If my hair was fixed, I would do that. No, it's all right. It's not that bad. Yup Yup joined the live. Usually she always misses, she says. Yeah, that don't work. Wait, I got some new glasses that Mark would like. I had some minor movement, but trying to not pay notice. I've been teaching self-concept to people, and I haven't told them how it ties into manifestation. Yeah, you don't even need to tell them. It's like you'll just see the results. Hold on one second. I want to get this other pair of glasses real quick. I got them specifically to be the best, most influential, most Googled man on the internet. I am the best manifesting teacher there is. Cue up the tour de whatever that song is. This one might go better. These are prescriptions, so I could actually see. You lost your glasses already? Oh no, you said they lost them. You was manifesting to bring them back. Picture yourself experiencing having them. I forgot about mine. I walked to my parents' house and they fell out the door. It's funny, there's not so much Spanish channels that talks about the law of assumption and Neville. There are just channels that talk about the law, but with a lot of limitations. Yeah, that sucks. If I get my Spanish up, maybe I'll start speaking in Spanish. You need to work on that Luton accent. Smooth Heisenberg. I am the top G of manifesting. We're gonna have once my brother learns how to manifest. Me and my brother are the most Googled manifesting teachers there are. Bring me a coffee. We had a discussion about that too yesterday with the red pill and stuff like that. I went deeper into it, why guys do red pill and shit like that. And how even I've fallen for it at times. Maybe from tomorrow's Monday morning live or a special live if I go live tonight. This will be the cigar. The gold torpedo comes in a box and everything. I promoted the channels to the cigar guy. He told me to start get a business card or something. None of this is real. The 3D is a lie. Yes, it's a shadow and a waking dream. I'm seasoning my cast iron and it's smoking up the place. Crack up your patio window like me. This looks like a good villain character. One of the things I want to manifest is more people interested in film in Chicago, which I get we're kind of a big upcoming film thing. But like everybody wants to make boring films about feel good and life and stuff like that. And like I'm I'm a feel good person, a positive person, make this channel and everything. But movies need action and drive and adventure and blowing stuff up. But or deep stakes. It's all very boring from the films I've worked on. So I'm manifesting more people interested in that. Chicago's already a great movie. Yeah, you could make a movie about this city. Call it City on Fire. That was 2 years ago. Oh, the Blues Brothers is from Chicago. That's true. My brother, that's one of my brother's favorite movies. He was just talking about doing something similar yesterday. What was the movie I wanted to make for us? Oh yeah, it's like the Ash one. Mark, I thought it was you. Oh, there's a musical. Yeah, there is a musical called Chicago. Um, Mark, I thought it was you. It was a purple profile, but it was DJ, and I kind of recognize that name, but sometimes people who don't come in all the time, I don't always recognize it. Um, I was sitting here, and I wasn't even. He must follow the other page because I did a Ash joke. He goes, "Shop smart, shop best smart." My first, my first consistent manifestation was funny. It said in my house, I said in my house, I'm so happy. And I saw the blue bike. 1 hour later, I was walking around, and then I saw a blue bike and a house porch. That's awesome. Yeah, it's funny how all the little things go. I want to make a success story about one of my clients and their mini manifestations that came true to get them motivated, and talk about his success. I was telling my brother my mini manifestation story about. I told it on TikTok. I don't know if I've told it here, but about how I manifested all the different balls and stuff in 1 week. Lucky numbers. I've got some. I just use everything as a lucky number, especially like the sequential ones, like 777, all that stuff. Rangers game sucked last night. I don't watch none of the professional sports no more. I haven't watched professional sports since high school because I always had the dream that I would be playing on those teams. I'm like, well, why am I going to watch it if I never got to do it? But I'm happy for everyone who made it, but I just don't. Exactly, yeah, we make our own luck. I make everything a sign and everything my number. Let me put this down a little bit so I can lean back. There we go. Now I'm still in frame. Yeah, it was actually one of my first videos was about numbers too. It's like, what do they mean? It's like they mean whatever you want them to mean. I do believe in luck. I was not wishing the person anymore. Not wishing the person anymore means that feel already have it right. Yeah, if you don't want them anymore, it means you already have them. You got to come from that place. So it's not like, no, I just don't want them anymore. Um, it's like, no, it's not that, oh, I don't want them anymore. It's just, I don't need them anymore because I already have them. That's what it implies. Yes. You don't want to wish for them anymore. You'll just have. Damn, I'm almost out of coffee. Good morning, Eric. How you doing, brother? Yes, exactly. I feel like that. That's perfect then. Yeah, you're in a perfect state of mind. And in the meantime, you want to build up your self-concept. A lot of last night was heavy on self-concept. We talked about manifesting SPs back in the past, how we have them, and then how we wind up losing them, how things go awry, or how things get fucked up. That's why I think it is important for a channel like this one to be talking about even after the manifestation. Pretty much, they just, a lot of it, as you hear the manifestation success, it's like yes, and then it's like, well, then they lived happily ever after, for the most part. But then when your self-concept wavers, when things don't go perfect, then you start to fuck with yourself a little bit. Having a fun weekend, lots of fun events. That's awesome, Eric. I'm happy to hear it, brother. I was supposed to be doing another podcast last night. My friend, who's a professional wrestler, who actually gave me the name Flex Lassiter, which is used as my handle and everything. It was a character that was never fully developed. Supposed to come over. We're supposed to do a writer's room live on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and do a whole writer's room on it. But he didn't get back to Chicago till like 1:30 a.m. He was tired, and I told him, and I was drinking, so I'm like, you know what? He knows about the Mystic channel. He's like, you know what? You just spend more time with the Mystic. So I'm like, all right, cool. He goes, we'll go live tomorrow. So we're going live today. And that's it. It's not happened yet. What hasn't happened yet, Mark? What did I miss? Hey, Hayden, what's up, brother? Welcome in. If you said it, then it's real. Exactly. What you realize, you energize. I've been listening to a lot of Reverend Ike, and that's pretty motivational. How did I fucking gag on a cigar? It's pretty fucking nasty. It already happened. Yes, it's in the past. When it starts to become like a memory, it's already happened. Yeah, eventually when your imaginal act starts to become like a memory, it's already happened. Like mine, I talked about this last night. My SP has never said I love you, but we've been together for 2 years. So I started picturing her telling me that. So when I visualize, it's like, I was trying to explain to my brother how you visualize. He said he goes, I'm not a good visualizer. I'm like, all right, now you just hit my trigger. I believe we all can. So she is I can't talk shit because I got a big nose too, but mine's long and pointy and big. Hers is like a fatter nose. So I picture her big nose. Then I picture her curly hair with the blonde stripe. And I feel that in my arm. I feel like I'm holding on to her. Then I admire, man, my peaks and my arms are looking good while I'm holding her. And then I feel her hands on my beard and 5 o'clock shadow, see where I get the fade, which is like not as much here than here. So I feel the hands there. Then start to see the rest of the shape of her head. Then her eyes, and then her lips and teeth and stuff like that. And then I slowly visualize, maybe not all at once, but then I picture her saying, I love you. And then I keep getting into it. And you know that one meme with the, what's his name, where he's like, again, and the girl keeps saying, I love you. He's like, again. And he's like ready to cry. I can work myself up into an emotional state like that, like Neville, where it's like her saying that, and then feeling her lips on mine, kissing me right after it. And then I'm in that scene, and I hold it for a second, and then I wake up. And I did that for like an hour yesterday when I hadn't heard from her, and then she started messaging me, and it was about not hanging out this weekend, but she's like, please don't take it the wrong way, and because we've had fights before, and she knows that I've got trust issues and stuff because of stuff that happened in the past. So she came at me a very loving way. And then last night, when I was drinking last night after we got off the live, I did send her an audio message. I haven't even listened to it. So might explain why I haven't heard from her today, but we are supposed to go out tomorrow night, Monday night. I meant you writers night hasn't happened. No, writers night hasn't happened yet. It will probably be tonight. So you'll see that on a live later on. You couldn't catch the stream last night. Yeah, that's a better use of your time, Hayden. We were just fucking around, going over some basics. What made you believe that manifestation could work at the first time? First time really was just a test. I've known about manifesting since I was 16. I'm 26 now. So for 10 years, I've known about it. Started out with law of attraction. I'd see little things here and there. I never thought it was a big tool. I still knew like, oh, you got to work hard to get stuff and stuff like that. And it's like, it doesn't work in relationships, doesn't work here, doesn't work there. So I started having like all these places where it doesn't work and all these limiting beliefs. And then 4 years ago, I found Neville. Well, I was at work and working a really depressing job. And then like I changed my assumptions of my boss, and then he became a better person because I remember hearing the story about the girl who was a costume designer and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, this guy's really become a better guy towards me, but he still hates everybody else. Wound up not working out in the long run for me because now he left and everybody else hates me. Which I thought about it. I'm like, I was working on changing my beliefs of them, but you know how I say sometimes things get worse before they get better. Stuff has just sat with me where I can't forgive it. Just like that story Neville tells about the one guy. He goes, they couldn't have said unlovely things without meaning them somewhat, and it doesn't sit right, so we got a new job. So I've been manifesting a new job, and I believe I found one that I will be receiving this week. But my end goal is to manifest being an online creator. But then, and then the SP stuff, to answer you, Alex, was like the major thing. She came back the first time, I'm like, could be justified. Second time, could be justified. Third time, like, kind of could be justified, but there's a lot of things that seem like manifesting. Fourth time, and it's like I overcame blocking, and then like the fifth time, it was overcoming blocking. Third party, never want to see you again, blah, blah, blah. And then finding out that all the inner conversation I had happened, finding out the way it unfolded was beautiful. I'm like, there's no way it's not real. However, I think it's a lot of social media stuff and not having enough of a personal life, because I won't lie. Like I said, tell you guys everything. My personal life and the people I socialize most are with you guys, my brother, my parents, my SP, and my best friend on and off. So I'm trying to regain my group of friends, my core friends I had back in high school, who are now all back around the neighborhood, trying to pursue their own goals and put together a team. Not to take from Tate, but I put together my war council, and I put together a team of people that I have in the real world I could talk to. Then I could come on here and motivate people and have the Mystic family. I've got so many other things going around. This is a major issue I discovered about myself, was one, having a horrible schedule at work where I can't talk to people. Really fucks me up. So I'm manifesting a job with a better schedule. Turns out actually one of my friends now just got on the schedule that I'm on currently, and I'll probably be off it within the next couple weeks at a new job. But realizing that you have to have a personal life besides the SP and have your goals and go towards your goals is like, the man I am now is not the Nick I was when I was 16. 16 Nick was very much of a Tate mindset where it's like, okay, manifesting works to a degree, just be positive and grind, crush the competition, this and that. Now 26-year-old Nick is I understand manifesting, look out for others, help as many people get successful as you can. It's like looking for like just happiness in life. Like, what would make me happy? Here's an example right now. It's like there's more to life than money. So it's like, okay, this weekend instead of going out grinding or trying to do part-time or do something to make money, it's like, okay, have a drink, relax, sit down with the Mystic family. Instead of like, oh, it all has to be about money. Like, there's a lot of stuff where it's like, I'll have sessions with people and then wind up staying in contact with them after that and not charging. And then, or it's like, if someone's a filmmaker or something like that and they want to get into manifesting, but they've got some abilities to help me with film, it's like we work together on that, and then you've made a new friend, and that's more beneficial. Or like we joked about before with Mark making a help him make me props, and then I just do coaching for manifesting. And it's like you start working together with people, you realize about like all the little things in life. There's more to life than money, there's more to life than power, and all that other stuff that everybody wants to get. And I mean, yeah, we all want it, we're still going to go towards our goals, but there's so much more to experience. It's like with SP, it's like, what did I experience? Like, yeah, you could go on dates, go on trips, go on all this, but then you can't be up each other's asses. And when I talk about listening to what the 3D says, because it helps you and gives you backup, like I started using Naya's affirmation, my world takes care of me. So my world's taking care of me by her not wanting to be around this weekend, makes me able to do 3 lives, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And then I'm so, sorry, I don't know what that is, I feel like throwing up. And then tomorrow, I'll be with her. So, let me see. I saw that last message. Do I manifest every day? I'm not a liar, so I'll tell you no. We're manifesting all the time, but I'm not consciously paying attention to it all the time. Getting better at revising on the spot, especially when I'm dreaming. Perfect, yeah, because they say the world is a dream world, so you have to be able to revise here. Did you believe at something before? I did believe in it before, but not to the degree I believe in it now. And when I did the SP thing, I did not have any belief in it at all. I was just doing what you were supposed to do. because I was just so depressed. I didn't know what else to do. I went to the gym. Like, here's where Tate's line comes in. Big deal. She left you. What are you gonna do? Oh, I just go to the gym. So I was at the gym 2 or 3 times a day. I was working out. I was writing. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff. I became extremely fucking productive. So now every time she cancels plans on me, or something bad happens, or I'm negative in the relationship, I go balls to the wall on something else. We're gonna do more manifesting, do more teaching, write down a program, do something, make merch. Like, I've got other plans and things to be successful other than my shit with her. So, to answer that question, did I believe in something before? Yes, I believed in it, but not to the degree I do now. I don't think everyone can visualize, but I do think everyone can. Yes, everyone can manifest. It's what works best for you. Some people like affirmations better. Like, I know Inked is really good with affirmations compared to me, but my affirmations are slowly growing and getting better. I've just like visualizing because I've noticed, like, since I was a little kid, I would sit down and be in class and I would write movies about certain situations. Like, there was a girl I had a crush on, so I put myself in the, like, I loved Indiana Jones, I loved Star Wars, I loved pirates, I was a big fucking nerd. So I would do, like, or even Speed Racer for a while, I was into that. But I would be like, she's like the damsel in distress, but then I pictured us as we were older, and I'm like, I'm jacked and stuff like that, I look good, I don't have this little fat face, and then now I'm growing up and I realize it's like, man, that manifested. I became that guy. I make cool photos on my, if you go to my Instagram, I do photo shoots and stuff like that here at home. And I mean, I'm not on a professional level, but I do what I can with the people I work with. And it's like, I can make films. I still write things. Everything I dreamed about, I did. And then it's like, I could see one day still those films happening. And, you know, I'm patient. Look at Stallone and all these other guys and Clint Eastwood. They all didn't make it till their 30s. I realized that if you really believe that everyone is happy, then it becomes real. Yes, it does. Start saying everyone in your reality shows up that way. It's from a show, Nathan for, yeah, Hayden, it's the one, Nathan for You probably comes up in your FYP too. It's like, I love you, again. My friends used to like that show, my old group of friends. I never watched it. Do the ladder experiment. Yeah, I need to make a video. I'm making a video today of your ladder experiment where I'm actually going to play your voice on the thing. When I realized that I am limitless, I became happier. Awesome. That's exactly the point of it. I don't know how to continue. I feel a bit burned out with SP stuff, but I also feel like I already have her in my life at the same time. So here's something. I've been there before and I'm still currently there. It's like, I technically have her in my life. We do everything a couple does, but then the more I realize negative events, the more those negative things grow. So the more negative shit I have in my life with her, and like the negativity grows. But I have her, and I try to manifest it different. When you're trying to do something, you're struggling to get away, trying to manifest, trying to get, means that thing always has to stay just out of reach so you could try, so you could be in that state. It's about being in a state. We need to get in the state of having. So it's like, when I sit back and realize, I'm like, I already have my SP, things are good, she's with her family. Because of events that happen, I think, oh, she might be cheating. But the messages I received is like, she's not. And it puts me in a place where it's like, okay, well, what do you do? Does Nick have a personality outside of that? Because you get caught up, this is the 5 times it's happened, you get caught up with the manifestation when it happens, and it becomes your soul life. And I don't want you guys to become like that. That's what causes me to lose it. Because now it's like, everything else you had going for you kind of disappears. It's like, I could take a little break. Yeah, you earned it. You did all this hard work in the gym. You did all this stuff. You did all this manifesting. Now you've got the prize. But that person being the prize is them on a pedestal immediately after you get them, which defeats the purpose. And then the more you get with them, the more the prize goes up, 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 up. And you put yourself down. So it's always keep yourself. If you want to walk out, walk the fuck out. Dylan James has the best self-concept on that. I'm your friend, bro. Neville, bless you. I'm your friend too, brother. I think I can create a religion with Neville as our prophet. You know, Neville talked about that too. He's like, will somebody turn this into a religion one day? Will somebody profit and make money off it? Probably. And I look, I'm like, I mean, I've made money coaching. All these other coaches are fucking rich as fuck off coaching. And is it like a religion? Pretty much. It kind of is like a religion now at this point. But he goes, I don't want to be a prophet. I don't want to be a religion. This thing died. I've lost basically all my friends, a handful between COVID and focusing on my studies. I've manifested a few of them back, working on long-term goals. See, the goal is more important. And sorry, I don't know why I feel like throwing up. I ate a whole bag of Takis last night during the live, and I feel like throwing up and shitting my pants. I've manifested a few of them back and working on a long-term goal. Yeah, I've manifested actually some of my friends back as well, but it's like I'm looking for people now who are going to help me get through my goals with my other channel. Like I said, this channel's main focus, the other one's backup. Like this one, I could get on here. This feels comfortable to me. This feels like I'm just getting on, checking in with my friends, motivating them, pumping them up. And then when I start selling merch and stuff, I mean, there's people like Inks who are like ready to buy merch, and I haven't even finished because I'm just being lazy. And I think that will be a goal later on tonight, is to make the merch for this and then my other channel. There's support, and the support here is stronger than going on, because like when you go on TikTok, those people aren't going to be around. You're not going to see the same people. It's different people come in, you get roasted, you do a joke back, blah, blah, blah. Then if they get butthurt by your joke, they report you, and then, that's a negative assumption, but it's not as fun as doing this. If you manifest every day, yeah, I answered that one. It's like, we manifest every day, but am I conscious of it? No. You made it again. I was just talking about you too. Yep, welcome in. I recommend you watch the YouTube channel Master Key Society when you're working out. Is that the one where it starts out with like, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more, with the Morpheus voice? Because if it is, I watch that one while I work out too. Every morning I write my day as it's already happened. That's awesome. That's actually a good practice. Do you agree with Florence Scovel Shinn teaching? She doesn't believe in manifesting SPs, but in everything else Neville talks about. Yeah, I like Florence Scovel Shinn, and she did have one where she was talking about an SP, one of her lectures, where she told a woman, and I've done this before. So when I met my SP, you guys know that my SP is older than me. She's 40, I'm 26. When we met and this happened, I was probably 24, 25. She was 39 or whatever. And she said she would never come over to my parents' house. And it was like right before she had to go to work and shit like that the next morning. So she wound up coming over to my parents' house, but she goes, I don't want to come over, it's messy. I don't want to come over because your parents are there. I spent the whole day cleaning. Like Florence Scovel Shinn told some girl, she goes, you really want the man of your dreams to come over? Prepare your house if he's coming over. So the whole time I'm cleaning, I'm like, let me scrub this bathroom really good. I'm like, and imagine if she saw this. So imagine her seeing it and be like, really, babe? This is like this. And then I would picture her like, wow, it's actually really clean. I'm surprised at how much you cleaned it. But she wound up actually surprising me by coming over. And the house was clean and in order because I prepared the house as if she was coming over. Another stain in the rug. Another burn mark in the rug. All right. Definitely work on self-concept while doing desired techniques. Yep. You can manifest whatever you want. Just have to say there's no limits. Exactly. You have to kill off those limits. I actually caught up on all the comments. I didn't think I was going to do that. Let me sit back for a second. My hair's not as crazy as I thought it looked. We are the top G's of manifesting. You can manifest whatever you want, but you have to say the wish fulfilled. Yeah, from the wish fulfilled. I wonder if you could do like a thing where you invite someone to go live with you. I think they talked about that on one of my things. Because then if Inked wanted to one of these days, because she's already basically like the co-host and my moderator and everything like that. Because when I fall behind, she'll answer the questions in the chat. Or I could bring her on to do, to also co-host me. I want to reach out to Bia again. I reached out to her the other day. She had a story. She goes, are you staying persistent in your goals? I said, nope. Your hair is sexy like the rest of you. I try. It's just natural. It's the receding that makes it look that way. It's a negative assumption I just made. I feel like Morpheus with these glasses. All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. Take the red pill. Yeah, when you trace that back, you could see everything is through manifesting. You'll notice the same thing that can manifest in an instant or take days or weeks sometimes. Yeah, it's usually like whenever we get tripped up on something, it seems to be there's something within us that doesn't feel right where we can't fully stay in that state. But it usually happens within weeks at the longest. What I consider a reaction is basically anything that takes you out of the feel good state. Yes, 3D threw me off a little last night, but I affirmed it though. Is why I am a bit grumpy today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're grumpy. I was wondering why I didn't hear from you last night, but I think that you sent me the last message and I didn't reply. I started drinking after that. Or is it trying to change something in the three? Yeah, when you're trying to change something, you're reacting to it. When you're out of your feel good state, but you don't want to be trying or manifesting or any action verb of it because that means you're trying to do something that's not already done. You want to be in something that's already done. You don't have to feel good. Just watch your thoughts. Yeah. Ten viewers. We're getting more and more viewers every time we go live too now. So welcome in. Well, we have enough mystics over on the other pages. I'll do lives on there more. Like I want to try and go like TikTok, go live a little bit every night. Maybe from the gym, maybe not even acknowledging anything that's in the chat because it will be a distraction because I won't be able to do a good workout. Actually, one of my first lives here was me working out doing push-ups. I was wondering why my arm keeps cramping up. I was doing incline push-ups when I was on like the stairwells at work. Did like 300 of them last night. 250, but close enough to 300, right? What I love too is like I see more and more people on here telling me about their workouts and their success stories and their transformations, and that's making me happy. Because one of my my co-host said he's awake now. Um, my other channel, Nikki Balls, that's another one that's linked in there. The vlog channel, that's gonna be more fitness and motivation driven. So I've got this channel, and then like a little derivative of it would be the Nikki Balls, Nick Leahy channel, where it's just me doing fitness stuff, living my life, going out, doing fun things, which gets me out of my comfort zone versus where I currently am with doing just the comedy. So you have the comedy, you got the vlogging, and then you have this channel. And only you guys have access to all of them. I don't promote this to the other ones. If you find this channel naturally, you were meant to find it. The other stuff's just a bonus if you want to see it. I always had some luck with my friendships and girls. Now I know why, because I always knew that I was a good-looking guy, and I didn't have a good self-concept of me. But I didn't have a good self-concept. Yeah, I had the same thing. I had a horrible self-concept. I mean, I started this channel, and this really blew up my confidence. People like Inked and Yup and Aurora, and all of them always complimenting me and stuff. It puts my self-concept through the roof. It's like, okay, everything I was saying was true. And now there's some other girl that likes me from Brazil sending me snaps. It's so hard to remain loyal to an SP when you start to get other attention. This is another hard part. Especially when there's like no contact or you feel like you're being pushed away. I'm out of coffee. Let me reply to that message. Oh, good, it kept it. We lost some viewers, but it kept us up. What did I miss? Oh, there we go. Nothing came up. It is hypotectic. So I guess my co-host will be on the way soon. Um, I don't know if I'm stupid or what, but I'm usually pretty good with words and writing. But what is hypotectic? I mean, I've been blocked before, and being in that no contact for me was a great time because I wrote the story. It didn't bother me. Nothing bothered me. I was good. Like I said, if you really want that person, it's easy to stay loyal. The only hard part is sometimes, like you said, when you start realizing that, oh, maybe I am good looking at, and I don't need all this other stuff, it's harder to stay loyal. What would your advice if I still get no real movement and I'm in no contact / blocked? If you still really want that person, keep persisting. I did that for, took me like the longest it ever took was probably about a month, maybe a little bit more, because I wasn't fully in it. And it was when I did buckle down and go balls to the wall every time, and I had the affirmation, I'm no more than 2 weeks away from a miracle. It usually happened within 2 weeks or a week or so. It comes quick. Like Neville always said, 3 to 7 days. Like that's why he would say, do the ladder experiment. Don't come back next weekend if it didn't happen. And he talked about people coming back. Well, it's fake. It didn't work. And then he'd say, go back and do it again. Go back and do it again. He shut the door on them. Or even the time when he had to do something on a time crunch and Abdullah closed the door on him and said that it's already yours. You already went first class to Barbados. Sometimes you just got to keep persisting if it's really what you want and living that life. Because when you feel that lack, then you're experiencing lack, and that's what you're gonna keep getting. But if you're in inner conversation, then you have contact with her every day, and it's not a big deal. If you remember the old story, it's okay. Well, I don't. Well, you don't feel everything, right? If you remember the old story, it's okay. Well, you don't feel everything, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still have the old story and things are going pretty good for the most part. And it's hard. Mine is kind of traumatic on it and it pisses me off sometimes. A lot of times. Just say to you, it's impossible to me. Being black, she loves me. I'm amazing. Yes. And then picture, I like the eavesdropping technique, her with her friends talking about, oh, I made a mistake, I made this and that. And one of the things when I would go to sleep with her, she, like, I remember this too, when we got back together, I was like, oh, well, I pictured her like, I was so dumb, I should have never did that, and blah, 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 and you were such a good man, and I shouldn't have gotten rid of you. And when we got back together, she was crying in bed, drunk, telling me all those things. It's been a few months now, kind of getting really tired. Give yourself a break. Trust in the process. There's nothing wrong with you. Some people have been with the channel since the beginning, still haven't had success stories. Some people who've been with us since the beginning just started reporting success stories. Some people who started with me in February are just getting some major movement now, a couple of the stories. Some people from the beginning, started at the beginning, boom, within a month, got it, and I never heard from them again. Some people halfway through got it, and they're gone. I've been doing this since August, and there's a lot of people with success stories, a lot of people who don't. But they always get it. Like I talked to my brother about this when we were breaking down manifesting as I'm teaching him this. He's like, when I really think about it, everything in my life, I've really gotten it. And it's true. If you really go back, you'll realize you've really gotten it. And if you believe you're doing something wrong, you are. So you're not. If it's difficult to believe, make a revision. Yeah, revision can help too. I'm not the great. That's a negative self-concept on my thing, but I struggle with revision. Any crazy third-party success stories to give people motivation? I could tell my third-party success story, which I think you guys already know, but basically I wrote him a letter. You're going to find a woman who's hotter than SP and blah, 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 and you're going to have a family with her and this and that. Apparently, because my SP is 40, her ex was the third party, was like 43. He wound up with a girl younger than me. Apparently, from the stories I heard, she's smoking hot. She's got kids, though, and he wanted kids and a family. and he got her pregnant, which, so everything I wrote down for him wound up, and he's very happy, has a very happy, successful life with that woman now, and I've got the SP. So it worked out in the end for me. Look, guys, there's a difference between daydreaming about what you want and deliberately imagining what you want. Yeah, so live in the end, think from the end, not of the end. When you think of it, it's not as strong as thinking from it. Like, thinking from it is like you're looking back and realizing, man, this is such a good experience. I love being with SP and blah, blah, blah. I'm so thankful that happened. That's where gratitude comes in, because gratitude, you can't be grateful for something you don't have. So being grateful for something you don't have gives it to you. You have some great success stories. Do you have some great success stories about being blocked, bro? Yeah, let me think. I always tell mine because I know them the most, and then I always forget everybody's little details. Like when I do my success stories for other people, I read them and then I make the video, or they're fresh on my mind within a couple of days. But let me think, who recently got unblocked? A guy I started working with in February, realized around the same time we started working together, he was unblocked. And then she followed him on WhatsApp, which they were never friends on WhatsApp. I think she maybe knew he had it, but then she found him on WhatsApp, started watching all the stories, then she started reacting to it. And they've had a couple little conversations. Nothing's really kicked off since then. But then he's got other women chasing him, and now I've had sessions with this guy. And in the most straight way I could say it, he's the most handsome guy I've ever seen. So I don't know why he would have trouble in the 3D, but here's the thing. People say, for me, it's like, well, why do you have problems with your SP? You look like this, and compared to her, you're out of her league. And it's like, if mentally you can't exist on that same plane and they're on the pedestal, then they have control. So don't give your control to anyone else. But I know when I was blocked, she told me to my face, this happened twice, I'll never see you again. I'm really sorry. It's been beautiful. You've been nothing but the greatest guy, but I can't see you anywhere. Block, 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 block. Everywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck? I remember standing in the parking lot. She was crying, and I'm tearing up, but I didn't cry because man doesn't cry in front of a woman. I was like, oh, fuck, bro. And then, how is this going to happen? And then, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Ink's success story I see pop up right now. Ink had 10 months no contact. We had somebody else 8 months no contact, somebody with 5 months no contact, and they all did affirmations, if I remember correctly, and boom, got their success story. And my SP came back from all that, and she goes, I don't even know why I came back. I don't know. I know why you came back. Feels like I'm really with her and visualizing. I can feel her presence. That's it. That's what you want to do. You already have her now. That's the thing. I don't care anymore, but I'm blocked, bro. It's difficult to ignore it. I know. It's like, I'm like a step above. I've been a step above being blocked, which was friend zone, which sucked balls, but that lasted about a month, and within 2 or 3 weeks, I was banging her, and then it was friends with benefits, and then it was like, oh, don't want no commitment. Now we're still at the point where it's like, there's no title, but we're exclusive, if that makes sense. But because of that, not having that part, that's what makes me insecure in my current reality. Because before, when we picked back up, I didn't really give a fuck, because I was like, I can manifest anything. So I was looking around at all these other women and stuff like that, that I would want, like, if you guys know Carly King from, she's like a famous TikToker who does like Star Wars stuff. I'm like, man, all these sexy, nerdy girls who do cosplay and stuff like that and make videos and comedy. I'm like, that's who I can wind up with. That's who I could be with. So then my SP started taking a backseat to that thought. And I was just like, you know what? I like my SP. I could work on it. We could have a relationship with all that other stuff. Do you have affirmations? Do you have affirmations to make her begin me? A dream. Do you have any? Oh damn, dude. So Ink did a lot of affirmations. One I like is my world always takes care of me, no matter how negative it gets. It's always working out in my favor. I'm no more than 2 weeks away from a miracle. I always get whatever I want. My SP loves me. What I desire desires me. All those things, when you sit down and you break them down, what I desire desires me. If everyone's pushed out, then yeah, she's me pushed out. And if I desire her, then naturally she desires me. No matter what the 3D is showing, that's the truth. Ink, man the chat. I'm gonna go make another coffee. Let's see what I missed. How do I ignore the bad thoughts? Very hard, but let them go in one ear and out the other. Like, find a really strong mental picture. Like, for me, it's like her saying "I love you" and holding her in my arms, stuff like that. That changes my my mood and my focus and everything in my state. Ink to explain the difference just because I think I've been at a daydream for years. Can I just voice send the message, Nick? My hands are shaky, or no? Okay, hang on. The voice one won't work because I'm on my phone right now. Unless it pulls up on my old phone, I don't know. My SP is crazy for me. She is obsessed with me. Are good affirmations? Yes. Ink's one was that he blows up her phone, and he did. Yeah, and if you could do a nice visualization or end scene, that will help you. That will help you get in the state as well. It's crazy. It's almost like letting go. It's walking in faith. If you guys watch Indiana Jones, do you remember? I use this one as an example for my brother. I know if Hayden's still here, probably is. That became truth. Yes. Everything I imagined did become truth. And I know Inked stuff became truth too. But remember in Indiana Jones movies, when he goes in the last movie to go find the Holy Grail, there's a big walkway and it's a bridge. But there's a big like gap between these two entrances in a cave where you could fall straight down, or like a big canyon. And he has to walk in faith. So he takes a step over the ledge, and as soon as he does, he realizes it's all just an illusion and there was a bridge guiding him the whole time. That's the thing, you just step in faith. That it looks like you're about to fall off, but you don't. It looks like it makes no sense to do it, but when you do it, it works. It's still hot. Yeah. What's my Insta? Here. I put it at the bottom of every video, but if you guys want to screenshot that, these are my other social medias. That's the comedy TikTok and the comedy YouTube channel. And that's my Instagram, where it's just my life, positivity, comedy skits, everything is on here. Sweet. And I think today will be the day that, with my film partner here, that we hit the ground running on some comedy videos. Well, not my film partner, but like someone who does comedy as well. He's a professional wrestler. When he gets here and we do that podcast in the writer's room, we'll come up with a plan for what to film, what kind of schedule we can work around, and then just hit the ground running on videos, workout stuff, motivation. And then maybe today we'll get through it and start making the merch and stuff like that. Order some sample stuff because I want to make sure I order and it looks good before I put it out to you guys and to the other channels. And I love now that everyone's doing more workout stuff too on this channel, because then I could just make a lot of this merch workout stuff as well, because that's what I like to wear. I like to wear workout clothes or dress up nice, but more or less workout clothes. Like this shirt could be worn out, but it's also a workout shirt. That's why I don't like living by the forest. Nature's scary. I've been learning the law for 2 months because I didn't think that I was ready. Since 2 days now, I feel ready to let go of everything. There you go. It's perfect. You're ready to walk in faith. And remember, look, I've been doing this for 10 years now, on and off, with Law of Attraction, then 4 years with Neville's teachings, and I still waver on stuff. It's just almost because we're so conditioned. For all of our lives, we've been conditioned to not believe that everything's just all hard work. There's forests in Chicago. Yeah, right now, the place I'm staying at is on the outside of the city. Not much, though. I'm like, everything in Chicago is either 15 or 30 minutes away. So I'm right by an expressway that leads me right there. I'm like 20 minutes from my old house, which was the south side of Chicago, and I'm like 30 minutes away from downtown. And with traffic at my old house, it was still 30 minutes to get downtown. But yeah, I'll show you this. Get me walking around a little. But it's not real forest, it's just like a little tree line. And there's a forest preserve. Ugh. No matter what you see or hear, think that that's not what you want. Flip it backwards. Yep, that's the whole thing, is just flipping it. That's where the hard work comes in. Yep. Okay, so is it one vivid scene to play over and over? How detailed do you get? I have a very vivid scene, but then I also have other little ones too. And I remember good things from the past, and I keep playing in those too. What is the feeling supposed to be like? Like it's already done. So for me, it's like, okay, I don't have to worry anymore. Like right now, I'm in that state right now. It's like I don't have to worry. Like I don't have to worry. It's like, oh, she's already with me. So why am I worried that we're not together this weekend? If we're together this weekend, I got work to do. If in my end scene, I'm a professional manifesting coach, so I'm doing this full time. This is how I make my living. If I'm in my end scene, I'm a professional online personality, so I have to make these other videos and lives with my friend. So this weekend I don't have time for her. Even though it was her who didn't want to hang out this weekend, I flipped the script to it was me that couldn't hang out. And I had this from a friend of mine who's actually a viewer of the channel. He came up with this. He goes, every time a girl breaks up with me, he goes, I tell her, he's like, however he phrases it at the end, he makes it seem like it was him that broke up with her, even when she just did it. And then he goes, oh, it throws them off, and they want to get back together. And I'm like, that's actually pretty good. He goes, but then I don't. So, but it makes him feel better. Yeah, it's nice. It's a peaceful life. What will I do when the manifestation is done? Rest. You just have to assume that you are God and the one and only. Yes, it's hard sometimes because you don't feel like it, but it can be done. As detailed as you could get or hear to make it short. Yep, basically a meditation. Yes, ma'am. Loop it and get lost in it. Yes, ma'am. Could do that for sure. Does your SP know she was, no. To a degree, yeah. I said I prayed for you because she's semi-religious. Like her best friend and her once mother-in-law or almost mother-in-law are very religious, and they all talk every day between us. I don't think she believes in God, but I mean she don't go to church and shit. Neither do I. And then she hasn't read the Bible like me. But I also once had an SP who was a very religious Bible thumping person, who I read the Bible more times than her. Well, James Earl Jones read it to me. I always say I read it, but James Earl Jones read it to me because who doesn't want to listen to an audiobook of Darth Vader reading the Bible, and when you get to the chapters of Luke, hear him say, Luke, chapter 3. And every time assume that the next thing he's going to say is, Luke, I am your father. We still never did the group coaching thing, but there must not have been as many people as I thought that wanted to do that. Because I wasn't really up for it either. It was like more or less I prefer the one-on-ones because I feel like we get more done. And I feel like people wouldn't want to share in a group, but then some people do, so I don't know. People have been saying I should make a Facebook group or a Discord as well. What are your guys' weekends planned? What are you up to this Sunday, besides tuning out stick? I think Jesus was a mystic, and from what I heard about the Kabbalah, Hebrews appointed Paul to turn it into a religion. Yeah, I believe too. Like I told my brother, he goes, "Be careful saying that." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want it to come off wrong." He's like, "Oh, he was just a mystic," um, but uh, but no, I do believe because it's like all the stories of miracles you hear, not just in the Bible, but all over throughout history. Like you go to those churches and stuff where it's like the people get up and they, like the TV churches where they get up and start walking out of a wheelchair. That goes into Joe, I was gonna say, Joe Dispenza's teachings, where he says, where he was able to rebuild his back and miracle healings and stuff like that. And there's evidence of miracle healings happening. So if you could heal your own body, and as within, so without, you could heal your relationship within before it happens without. And then when you get together with these people, everything already feels healed and stuff like that. And right now, I'm going back and doing the work because there's certain things that I don't like in my relationship right now, certain things I'd like to change. But I do a lot of 3D, like, oh, here, I need try to fix it like this, trips, gifts, this, that. And it's like, that stuff doesn't work because it's all 3D. Just like when Neville tried to get all the armor, here's my paperwork, rejected. He had to go back and revise it and picture himself out of it. And he did. But any like mystical thing where it's like, okay, you believe you're going to get healed because you go to this person. Even like when I coached with Bia and just believing behind the session and talking with her was going to have my session happen, or have my manifestation happen to happen within a couple days after that. I'm bored. I want to go back to the gym. That's how it is, but it's good. I made hiking yesterday, bro. That's awesome to go hiking. Your suit miniatures are pretty cool, bro. My suit miniatures. What's a suit miniature? On Instagram? I'm trying to remember. I want to go back to the gym. Yeah, I feel like going to the gym today too. It's like when I don't have my SP, I want to train, and it's like I love it because then that's where it goes into like that Tate thing. It's like train harder, and it's like I do train really hard when I'm not with SP. It's like because I have nothing else to do. So tear your body apart, and then it's like when you rebuild, it's like you're feeling good, you're looking good. And it's like you want to be with someone else, go ahead, because look at me looking like a stud, and you look like that. And it's like even though they look good, I think my SP looks good, but you put yourself up. Oh, your photos. Oh, thank you, brother. Yeah. Yeah, I tried. That was a little photo shoot I did the other day. And today I want to work on like 2 characters I have when this guy gets here. We'll write them and go live and do stuff like that. The miniatures, I don't know how you call them in English. Oh, like the stills or photo shoots. So like pictures. For fotografias. I don't know how you stay still in Spanish. Like I said, I'm still learning. There's some people who only speak to me in Spanish. I'll understand it, and then I'll respond in English, and they understand it. I mean, my SP speaks fluent Spanish, so sometimes we'll practice. They admire it. Yeah, exactly, bro. I also grew up in an all-Mexican neighborhood, so I should speak Spanish, but I just am lazy. I'm just learning it now. Well, actually, a lot of Chicago is Mexican, so I should know it. You are the good. What is chiad or chiadi? I don't know that word. It says you are the good. Oh, puro is cigar. I was gonna say I don't know that one. I was thinking para. Para means 4, right? Para. It's the cigarette that you have. Oh, so cigar? Oh, chaito is cigar. So, oh, you're asking if the cigar is good. Oh yeah, muy bien. Muy bien. This is why I can't, like, if I read it, I can read it and I have to break it down. If someone says something, it takes me like a minute to respond sometimes, especially when they speak Spanish fast. It's crazy too because like working in the trades too, work with a lot of contractors and then like the cleaning staff and stuff like that. And a lot of them are Mexican, so they speak only Spanish to each other. and they'll start speaking Spanish to me, and like I work and sometimes in the kitchens, and the kitchens all speak Spanish, so it's like they'll speak Spanish to me because they think I'm Mexican. I don't know how, but I get that a lot. People think I'm Mexican. But if I learn Italian, which I should, that's my half of my ethnicity. It's very similar. I knew an old Italian guy who used to speak Italian, and they'd speak Spanish back to him because it's very similar. I've been trying to learn that as well. Should I set a deadline for myself to believe? It's dangerous but doable. Setting a deadline is good and it's possible, and I've done it. However, if you don't hit the deadline, it could rattle the shit out of your faith. Another question for Inked. Where in the story do I manifest from? First, it was him coming back and apologizing. Then I changed it to us never breaking up. Then I changed it to us on a cruise. Well, if Ink doesn't answer, I would say the cruise. Go straight to the cruise. Because the cruise implies you're together. It implies that you're strong enough together to be vacationing together. It implies that that apology and stuff already happened. And if it didn't, then it doesn't even matter because you want to be together. If you revised it, then you don't need to worry about an apology. You're already in the end scene. Where's your family from? My family's Irish and Italian, 50-50 on both sides. I've got other stuff mixed in. I think my grandma was Polish, adopted by Italians, but she doesn't know anything really about the Polish culture. Chicago has a lot of, it's like Italian, Polish, Hispanic. Actually, Chicago's got everything, but everyone's broken up into different neighborhoods. I just grew up in a Mexican neighborhood. It's a little bit of everything, but I'm mainly Italian and Irish. I don't pay any attention to the Irish. The Italian was always cool because Cosa Nostra, and I love all the mob movies. But yeah, it would be Sicily and Calabria in Italy. I don't even know what parts of Ireland. None of it feels like the right scene though, because I haven't seen him in years, and I don't know how it would go or how we get. That's the problem. Stop worrying about how and what and when, because that's none of your damn business. That's God's business to figure that out. You're the co-creator. Your business is to live in that end scene, and He'll make it happen. I believe that it's coming back as I scripted. I imagine and affirm, but I don't feel any resistance. That's perfect. That's the perfect mindset to be coming from. You can, but I recommend manifesting small steps. Yeah. If small steps build faith, then do that. Are you in contact with your SP? I don't think she is, but maybe do that too, fellow Polak. That's why I never claimed the Polish side, because there's so many Polish jokes. So she was adopted by Italians. It's a good scene, better circumstance. I think Jesus was a mystic too. I feel like he'd shake his head at the limitations in current religions. Yeah, yep, I feel the same way. And current religions are like, they're fucking judgmental as hell. Like, the only people who have ever had a problem with this channel, it's never anyone who doesn't believe in the law. It's religious people who know the law is real and they believe in it, but want to take a stab at the channel because they feel superior to us. And it's like, what do we preach on these channels? Just love, be nice to everybody, everyone's all together. But religions are the ones preaching hate, war, fighting. And if you don't agree with me, I'm going to kill you. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man. That's why I don't follow anything. I'll read the Bible. I agree with the Bible, but not the churches. Oh, I may have smoked that too fast. I'm feeling like shit. Neville said that you have to leave everything to manifest. Yeah, you leave all your limitations, and it's the pearl of great price. You don't believe anything other than your ability to manifest. And then on the topic of religion too, you ever notice that religious people usually get what they want when they pray for it because they believe that prayer works. So if you believe this method works or that method works, then they work. It's your belief in it. Today, a sunbathe, worked out, and working on making this business happen. I love it. I'm glad to hear that. Yup. I wish I could sunbathe. It's 45 degrees out. You have an IG. I realize that you only see angel numbers if you believe in them. Yep, exactly. I think the letter technique worked. My psychic friend randomly randomly brought up what I wrote in the letter, and she usually is on point with everything. Yeah, I want to go see a psychic. I like a psychic medium, one that could communicate with the dead too, because I know Neville talked about that too. Neville did like every single thing. He did remote. He did, what was that, remote projection or something, where he projected himself in England to his daughter when she was staying there. He did what other techniques? He communicated with his friend who died. He was like, Neville had like every, like, was so spiritually enlightened because he didn't. If you ever look at like his stories, he is like almost cocky and arrogant, but not. That's just how confident he is, and that's where we have to be in, is that state of belief where nothing is impossible to us. And these are starting to hurt my eyes. We have to come from that state, and like I said, Neville was able to do a lot of that stuff. And I want to go talk to a psychic or a medium because my mom actually did recently, and I want to see what she has to say, because they actually, people that we know who have passed away this past year come into it. And I've always been fascinated. I'm fascinated with all the elements of spirituality. I started to say they're not real, and I stopped seeing them. Yeah, I'd take 45 degrees out. That would make cleaning easier. Oh, trust me, you don't want 45 degrees. My toes are numb right now from the door being cracked. Could you tell me that it's impossible for me being blocked as a friend of mine? Yes, it's impossible to be blocked. This is the thing, sometimes you need someone else to just tell you so you can believe it. Someone who's been there and done it, and it's impossible to stay blocked. If you ever look, even in the 3D, they always say, well, there's the line, and my friend used to tell me this. He's a great manifester, but he was telling me this from the 3D point of view. They always come back. I don't know this with men, and now talking to women on here, the person always comes back. Because they get curious, they wonder about you. And the more you think about them, the more they're thinking about you. You ever think about someone you haven't talked to in a long time, and all of a sudden they hit you up? I've been talking to a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time. She did the Abdullah to me. Oh, it did help. Yeah, it does help when you do that. I mean, I did that to someone the other day in one of the lives, and then next weekend she came back with a success story. And then she was struggling a little bit yesterday, and then I closed the door on her again, so I'm expecting next time I see her to be a thing. It's freaking hot here. I'm sweating balls to the wall. I wish my balls were sweating to the wall. I think I have one, but I never use it. I'll set up a new one, and I'll send the handle. Cool, well, send it to me as well. Try to stay in touch with everybody that way, or if you want to message me. I'm horrible at getting back to all the messages. Though I'm like way behind in emails, comments, and DMs. Who do you have winning the fight last night? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know there was a fight last night. I was supposed to be in Vegas for it too, but my friend canceled. And I canceled because it was me and my SP's 2 years, so we were supposed to be together. And we were supposed to take a trip to Niagara Falls either last week or the week before, but one of my clients on here lives in New York, or no, not in New York, but near New York, and he told me he went this time of year and it's cold as balls up there, and not to go till the summertime, so we didn't go to Niagara Falls. However, I think once I get this new job, I'll do a road trip with her over there. Well, my goal is just to, if you guys know Tom Kieran from, what's the name of his channel? Be Something Wonderful. He travels and just makes manifesting videos. I would love, that's like my dream life, travel with my SP and my family and stuff like that. And it's like, all right, guys, it's early in the morning. You guys get ready. I'm going to go do my work. So then do a couple sessions, make some videos, and bust all that stuff out, and then head back over and do what I got to do on my trip. That's my dream life. And then I realized how far this channel's come since August of just making a couple of videos to help people, and then going to disappear forever. And then Ink convinces me to stay, and now I'm here. Now I'm probably here to stay for the long haul. It's long distance. It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't, because my first SP that I wanted before Lily was, what do you call it? She was moving to Florida, and I was like, well, what the fuck? It's going to be forever. Like, how are we going to be across the country from each other? She moved down there with another guy. She stopped communicating with me and all that stuff. And I started seeing Lily, and my life went on. I learned about manifesting Lily and stuff like that. And my friend said she'll be back within a year, and she's going to dump that chump. And I said, okay, well, whatever. Almost 1 year to the day that he told me that, She had moved back a little bit before the 1 year. She moved back, and within a couple weeks after that, around the 1 year time, she had left that guy. And now she's dating again, and she's messaged me a few times, but my SP, so it's like I don't want her anymore. However, if I stayed persistent in her, even though it would have taken that year to happen, possibly, or less, maybe I could have manifested it faster, I could have had that SP, but I just choose not to. I could still probably have that SP if I wanted to, but I just choose not to. I watched the fight last weekend at dinner with SP. It was good. Circumstances don't matter, Alex. No, they don't. I know, but do you have some success stories? I have one success story playing out now, not for me, but for someone else who's been in a long distance relationship. That seems to be more of a European thing. Not too often do I have U.S. clients tell me about long distance. But there is somebody I know from the U.S. going to another country in Europe to meet his SP this week with a lot of circumstances, but the way it's unfolding and even what I see now, even if I was not even a manifesting man, I would tell you that's a success story before it even happens. That's how much faith I have in that situation. But that was like a whole long distance relationship where nothing even happened, like no physical interaction. They've never even met before. And that's a crazy story, and I know it's going to be a success story. Like, that's just the vibe I get on that one. And my assumption for it's already a success. Everyone who I've coached with, I always, at the conclusion of it, after I get off the phone with them, I go and I visualize for them on their behalf. And I've been getting a lot of success stories that way. And not saying that I can manifest for you, it's their own belief, but I just manifest more belief in them and them coming back and telling me the story just like Neville used to do. It's what it takes 2 minutes to imagine lovingly. I think we'll go for about another 6 more minutes and then we'll call it there. It'll be an hour and a half. Then I'll get myself ready. If you guys want and you're tuning in, this time for sure I will be live on here. So if you want to screenshot that, those where you can see me on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube on my other stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. If you didn't screenshot it, then we'll see you next time. The thing is that I'm 19 and it's difficult for me to imagine big things, but I'm trying. Well, being 19 is just a limiting belief. You know how many 19-year-olds are there? Millionaires, successful, traveling the world, playboys, all that stuff like that. At 19, I had such big visions and no limitations on myself. However, I let the world tell me what to do, and I get it at that age. It's like you have these big ideas and you believe anything's possible, but at the same time, you're dealing with, at that age, you still have your parents heavily involved in your life, probably. Circumstances, you're supposed to go to college or get a trade, and everything's pretty much, it seems like it's limited. You feel like a kid and an adult at the same time. It's like a weird time, but age doesn't matter. There's a lot of people who have made huge strides at old ages, young ages. Age doesn't matter. It's just something that you're programmed by the matrix of life into believing. That, oh, well, I can't do this because I'm too young, or I'm too old, or I'm too fat, or I'm too skinny, or I'm this, or I'm that. There's a whole bunch of reasons to find why you're not able to do something. Be limitless. If you want to use the Bible as an example, look at Jesus was a little kid fucking teaching at the temple and stuff. Hey, Rio, how you doing? You're catching the last couple minutes. Just woke up. Yeah, I woke up like maybe about an hour or two ago, but we're finishing up here. Glad you could stop in. You're Drew. Welcome, brother. Hopefully it helps. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys make my day when you're telling me stuff like that. It's like, Sometimes I'm not always feeling the best, but I do. But I do when I start reading all the comments and seeing more success stories. Dreaming of SP, I woke up talking to him. That's awesome. That's a great state to be in. I used to wake up talking to my SP every morning. Actually, I did this morning too, even though we haven't had a communication since yesterday afternoon. But I'm always in communication with her. My communications are so behind, like in the 1990s. 1990s and early 2000s was peak civilization. I love talking to you. I love talking to you too, brother. Hopefully you can join. We'll be live tomorrow morning as well. I'm dreaming of SP. There you go. Thank you, Inked. I appreciate it. Yes, I'll be live tomorrow morning as well. That way you guys got 3 lives in a row this week. You could thank SP for blowing me off because it pushed me to do this. And I will be live later on today on these things, at least for maybe an hour or so, depending. If I don't get banned, TikTok will usually ban me because someone will insult me, I'll say a joke back, and then they report me. Or TikTok will pick up something that they don't like. I'm so happy to know he feels the same way. I'm dreaming of Prince. Nothing compares to you. That's great to hear. Do you do overhead press? I started doing overhead press again a couple months ago. It's hard I do feel the pain. Like I said, I manifested away, but like as you see here, there's this muscle here. It's missing right here because I tore my pec. So it starts to get kind of hard to do that. I think you could even see like in my arms, like that's the regular, but like in here, it feels like something's missing too. I think something may have snapped there too when I tore my pec. So it's a little bit difficult, but I do those. Nick, if you're doing self-concept affirmations, they're working. Thank you, brother. Yes, I am doing self-concept affirmations. I'm feeling like I'm an inspiration to a lot of people, that my other channels are going to take off, that I'm the funniest guy around, that I'm this, that I'm that I'm going to be the next action movie star, that I'm picturing myself blowing up in all these different aspects and being one of the top coaches around. I mean, like I said, I never thought this was going to be a path for me, but Inked is the one who kept me roped in. I made a couple videos to motivate people because I'm like, you know what, maybe they'll help. Just like I did a couple Reddit posts and I was like, yeah, let me just make a couple YouTube videos too. And I was going to link them on Reddit, and then the one kind of took off. Now here I am. But I'll be sticking around for a while, and I'm still pursuing my other stuff. That's why I said we can't let SP become our full focus. Like for you too, bro. You're 19. There's so much more to conquer in the world and stuff. SP is important if you really want her, but there's so many things you could have in life. Have you watched Be Something? I just referenced Be Something Wonderful. I love Tom Kieran. I would love to work with him sometime. I was saying that's my dream life, is to be able to travel the world with SP and my family, and stop at all the different places early in the morning and be like, all right, I have my coffee and cigar over here, and I'm going to make a little video and make my videos for the week, put them all out, and then do some clients each morning before I start the day at whatever place I'm at. I think that would be perfect. That's my dream life. And then not even being a big Hollywood guy. It's just, I don't even have that desire anymore. It's more or less just making movies that I like for me and my friends and people who like me. And just having a successful channel, just having successful channels that motivate people and keep them happy and smiling. And that's why I said these other ones that I put up from last night and this morning, just if you need to be distracted, it's like it distracts me to make those videos. Hopefully it distracts you to be entertained by them and to come in and chat. Because we all have a lot going on in our minds. And even if you just pop in for a little bit to distract yourself and then go back to what you have to work on. My dream life includes waking up next to SP. That's perfect. Yeah, I've pictured it before too. When I first moved into this condo, actually, my bedroom, it overlooks, like it's got like a little tree and you can see the forest and everything right there. And I would picture every day I turn over there and picture her leaning on me like this. And then there's been so many times now I wake up in this place with her here holding on to me while I look out that window and just listen to the birds and everything. Exactly, brother. That life is already happening. Sorry, about to throw up. But no, that life is already happening. I'm already living it. It's feeling good. and all this other stuff is just a bridge unfolding. That stuff kind of keeps me calm, knowing that it's like all this is temporary. Like they say that line, this too will pass. All this negative will pass, and I'm thankful for all the negative that does happen, because every negative there's a lesson in it, and we're able to learn from that lesson. So we've hit the 90-minute mark. So I'm going to jump off, guys. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all your positive words. I hope I was able to give you some value today. I love you guys. No, SP dreams of waking up next to you. Exactly. That's an even better way to phrase it. You're the prize, Oyster. But I love you guys. Thank you for stopping by. We'll talk again tomorrow morning, and I'll make the videos for the week. I love you guys. We'll see you there.